Tonight, we're diving deep into what it was really like to be a caveman. And I'm not talking about the cartoon version with clubs and grunting, I mean the actual day life of people who lived 25,000 years ago. And if you're enjoying these stories, please consider liking or subscribing. And always curious to know where you're listening from, so drop a comment with your location and the time there. It's always mind-blowing to think that people are falling asleep to this all over the world. Alright, find that cozy spot, take a slow breath, and let your body relax into whatever you're relying on. We're going back to the Paleolithic era, and trust me, by the end of this, you'll be thankful for your macros. So congratulations, you've just woken up in a cave 25,000 years ago. The first thing that hits you is the cold. Not just a little chilly, but a bone minus deep teeth minus chattering kind of cold that makes your muscles tense up. You're lying on what feels like the worst camping gear ever, a bunch of sedge grass and rushes carefully arranged into a sleeping mat. It's scratchy. Really scratchy. These grass stems poke through whatever animal skin you've pulled over yourself, and every time you shift, they rustle and crackle like the world's most uncomfortable cereal. Your nose fills with intense smells. Wood smoke, yes, but also a musty, earthy scent from the cave walls. The lingering smell of last night's cooked meat mixes with the sharper stench of unwashed bodies. There's a constant undertone of animal fat, used for warmth and waterproofing, mixed with the earthy scent of the grass bedding around you. You can almost hear the cave breathing little echoes of water dripping somewhere deeper in the darkness. You hear the soft snoring of maybe 20 other people scattered around on their own grass mats. Someone's baby makes the tiny noises babies make when they sleep. Outside the cave entrance, you catch the distant calls of birds waking up and maybe the rustle of an animal moving through the brush. Your body aches. I mean really aches. Yesterday was a long day of walking, hunting and gathering, and you can feel it in every muscle. Your feet are as tough as leather by now, but they still hurt from scrambling over rocks. Your back is that specific stiffness that comes from sleeping on the ground your whole life. The good news? You're alive. The bad news? Pretty much everything else. Let's back up a bit and paint a more accurate picture. You're not some primitive grunt shuffling around in animal skins. You're actually incredibly skilled, like scary skilled. You know the names and uses of hundreds of plants. You can track animals by the tiniest signs, a bent blade of grass, a scuff mark on a rock. You can make fire from scratch, create stone tools sharper than modern steel, and read the weather by watching the birds. But here's the thing, all that skill. You need every bit of it just to survive. You shift on your grass mat trying to find a position that doesn't involve something poking into your ribs. That's better. The animal's skin over you, probably from a deer or elk, is actually pretty warm once you settle. These hides have been carefully scraped and worked until they're soft and flexible. Well, soft minus ish. Everything's relative when you're living in the Stone Age. As your eyes adjust to the dim light from the cave entrance, you start to make out the shapes of people around you. Your family group is scattered around the chamber, your partner and children nearby. Your parents and siblings arranged in family clusters near the central fire pit. 23 people in total, which is pretty typical for a band like this. The fire. Oh man, the fire. It's the most important thing in your world. Right now it's just a pile of glowing embers and ash. Someone, probably the person who had the last watch, has kept it alive through the night, feeding it slowly with carefully selected pieces of wood. The embers pulse reddened or orange in the cave's darkness, casting shifting shadows on the stone walls. Getting the fire going each morning isn't like flicking a switch. Starting a fire from nothing is hard work, even when you know what you're doing. So your people never let it die completely. There's always someone responsible for keeping those embers alive, adding just enough fuel to maintain the heat without wasting precious wood. Time to get up. You push yourself up from the grass mat and every joint protests. Your hip pops. Your neck cracks. Welcome to life before chiropractors. People are beginning to stir around you. Someone yawns a big, jaw-minus cracking yawn that you feel in your own mouth. Someone else stretches with a groan that echoes slightly off the cave walls. The morning routine is always the same: fire first. Everything else depends on the fire. You carefully get to your feet, and the cave floor is cold against your bare feet. These caves maintain a pretty constant temperature, year-round warmer than outside in the winter, cooler in the summer, but stone is still stoned. Your feet have developed calluses as thick as leather, but cold still seeps through. Walking toward the fire pit, you pass other members of your band, who are also starting to wake up. Carlisle, the best tracker in your group, is already sitting up and checking the stone tools beside her. Brun, probably the closest thing to a leader in your group, is examining the embers and deciding what kind of wood to add. The fire pit is carefully constructed in a depression in the cave floor, lined with stones to contain the heat and reflect it back up. Around it, the ground is worn smooth from generations of people sitting and working in this exact spot. You can see the stains from countless meals, the char marks from dropped timbers, and the smooth patches where stone tools have been knapped for thousands of years. Brun nods at you as you approach. He has already selected some thin, dry kindling, birch bark, and fine twigs that will catch easily from the embers. You help him arrange the wood in a careful structure, building up from the smallest pieces to create the right airflow for the flames. Working together, you gently blow on the embers, coaxing them back to life. The red glow brightens, and tiny flames begin to lick at the birch bark. The smell of smoke intensifies, mixing with the distinctive scent of hot stone and ash. More flames catch, and suddenly, you've got real fire again. It's dancing, crackling, and pushing back the darkness. Fire is life. Fire is protection. Fire is the difference between human and animal. Around the growing flames, more people gather. Children who were still sleepy moments ago become alert and focused. Fire means warmth, but it also means food, and everyone's stomach is reminding them that they haven't eaten since last night. The good news about being a hunter-gatherer is that you don't have to worry about mortgages or taxes, or quarterly performance reviews. The bad news is that every single day starts with the question, what are we going to eat? And how are we going to get it? Yesterday was a decent day. The hunters brought down a deer, nothing huge but enough to feed everyone with leftovers for today. The gatherers came back with their bags full of nuts, roots, and berries. But that was yesterday. Today, you're starting from scratch. You settle into the familiar rhythm of morning preparation. Someone fetches water from the stream that runs past your cave clear, cold water carried in containers made from animal bladders and carved wood. Someone else starts preparing yesterday's leftover meat for a quick morning meal. The meat gets spitted on sharpened sticks and held over the flames until it's heated through. While you're eating your small portion of warmed meat and some nuts from yesterday's gathering, the day's planning begins. The hunting party 6 or 7 people will head east today, following the deer trail spotted yesterday. Deer are creatures of habit, and if you know their patterns, you can intercept them at water sources or feeding areas. But hunting big game with stone-tipped spears and wooden clubs is dangerous, difficult work. Most hunting expeditions return empty-handed. The gathering party will spread out through the forest, searching for anything edible: nuts, berries, roots, tubers, mushrooms, bird eggs, insects, medicinal plants. Gathering is more reliable than hunting. You almost always find something, but it requires incredible knowledge of the natural world. You need to know which berries are safe and which will kill you, which roots are edible and which will make you violently sick, which mushrooms are food and which are poison. As the morning fire burns brighter and the cave warms up, people begin the daily ritual of checking and maintaining their tools. Stone tools dull with use and need constant attention. Wooden spears get damaged and require repair. Clothing made from animal skins needs mending. The rhythm of the day settles in. The fire burns bright, the tools are ready, and the day's work begins. Another day of survival is underway. You gather your tools and prepare to face the challenges ahead. The morning is crisp, and the air feels fresh as you make your way toward the cave entrance. You gather your gear: your stone knife, your wooden digging stick, and your leather pouch holding fire-starting materials. Everything you own fits in your hands or hangs from a simple belt made of twisted plant fibers. You don't have pockets. There's no need for them. Your possessions are minimal, just the essentials for survival. Your clothing, made from carefully prepared animal hides, fits well and moves with your body. Leather leggings, a tunic, soft leather boots stuffed with grass for insulation, and a heavier cloak that can be wrapped around you if the weather turns cold. These aren't just random animal skins thrown over your shoulders, they're carefully tailored garments, sewn with sinew thread using bone needles. Everything is functional, built for a life in constant motion. As you step outside, the sun feels good on your face. It's not like the artificial light you know from your modern world. This is the sun's warmth. The real thing. The world around you is alive. Birds call out from the trees, and the forest hums with the movement of small creatures. It's beautiful and terrifying all at once. Every shadow could hide a potential threat, but it could also hold food and new resource or a place of safety. Your group assembles near the cave entrance, ready for the day's work. The hunters are making their final preparations, checking spear points and discussing strategy. The gathering party, including you, is ready to head into the forest. Everyone knows their role and their responsibilities. There's no time for mistakes, no time for hesitation. Every decision you make could mean the difference between survival and death. The forest opens up before you, and you step onto the familiar path worn smooth by generations of your people. You walk in steady, practiced rhythm, your senses alert to every sound, every movement. Every crackle of leaves, every rustle of branches tells a story the language of the forest, and only the skilled can read. Your feet are strong, toughened by years of walking this very ground. Your eyes scan for anything useful: nuts, roots, mushrooms, any sign of game. Every step takes you deeper into the natural world, where survival depends on what you know and how well you've learned to read the land. The group splits up as you move, each person following their own path, but staying within earshot of the others. Cassie, the expert plant identifier, calls out from the left, having found something good. You move toward her voice, pushing through a thicket of bushes. Shess, kneeling beside a cluster of plants with broad heart-shaped leaves and small white flowers. Wild garlic. It's a great find, not just food, but medicine too. Wild garlic helps fight infections, and it adds much needed flavor to otherwise bland meals. You carefully dig up the bulbs using your wooden digging stick, making sure not to damage them. They're small, about the size of your thumb, with papery white skin and that unmistakable sharp smell. You wrap the bulbs in soft leather and tuck them into your carrying pouch. The day is off to a good start. But as the morning stretches on, the work continues. There's always more to gather, more to find. A few hundred yards ahead, Toma, one of the best climbers in the group, calls out with excitement. You hurry toward him, curiosity building. Wild honey. It's one of the most sought-after resources, a treasure that can provide a rush of energy and vital nutrition. But getting it is dangerous work. The bees are wild and aggressive, and anyone who tries to collect honey risks getting stung, sometimes fatally. The plan is quickly decided. Toma will climb the tree to reach the hive while the rest of the group prepares the smoke. You gather dry wood, kindling, and green leaves to create the thick smoke necessary to calm the bees. The smoke rises into the tree, and soon, the buzzing of the bees becomes less intense. Toma strips down to minimize the places the bees can latch onto and starts climbing the rough bark of the oak tree. His movements are practiced and confident. He has done this many times before. With the smoke keeping the bees docile, he carefully works his way up to the hive. The honey is waiting. Toma's arm disappears into the trunk of the tree, and after a tense moment, he pulls out a chunk of honeycomb. The sweet golden substance drips with thick amber honey. It's a success. Toma tosses the cone down to waiting hands, and with a few more trips, he secures enough for the group. The reward is worth the risk. You break off a piece of the honeycomb and savor the sweetness. It's unlike anything modern food can offer. Pure, unprocessed wild honey, a gift from nature. You can feel the energy surge through your body as you chew, the sugars hitting your bloodstream with immediate effect. It's a rare and special treat in a world where food is hard-earned. As the day progresses, your group continues moving through the forest. The pace is steady. You find more edible plants, roots, and berries, each one contributing to the collective effort to gather enough food for everyone. Some plants are easy to identify, but others require careful inspection. You're constantly on alert, ensuring you pick the right ones and avoid the dangerous ones. The knowledge of what is safe and what is poisonous has been passed down through generations, and it's something that takes years to truly master. Around midday, the group stops by a small stream to rest. The water is cold and clear, running over smooth stones. You take a drink, feeling the purity of the water refresh you. It's food and water, simple but essential. Use it on a fallen log, eating your lunch of berries, nuts, and some of the honeycomb. The food is simple, but it's sustaining. You know that every bite you take is the result of hard work and skill, and that makes it taste all the more fulfilling. As you continue on your journey, you feel the day's weariness start to settle in. Your legs are tired from the miles of walking, and your back aches from carrying the pouch full of gathered food. But it's a good kind of tired. You've been active, contributing to the survival of your people. This is a life of purpose where every task is meaningful and every effort is tied to the success of the group. As the sun begins to set, you head back toward the cave. The light starts to fade, and the world around you grows quieter. The forest feels different now, more mysterious. You keep your senses sharp, knowing that darkness brings new dangers. But the cave is close, and the safety it provides is within reach. You can already smell the fire from the entrance, and the warmth of it promises rest after a hard day. When you arrive back at the cave, the first thing you notice is the fire. It's crackling brightly, casting warm light on the faces of the people gathered around it. Children are playing near the fire, laughing and chattering about the day's work. Adults are preparing food, mending clothes, or repairing tools. There's a sense of calm now, after the bustle of the day. The hunters are back, and they've had a successful hunt. The meat is already being roasted over the fire, and there's a palpable sense of satisfaction in the air. You settle into your usual spot near the fire and begin unpacking the day's collection. The honeycomb is revealed, and there's a cheer from the group. It's a rare treasure. The fire crackles, the food is prepared, and the people gather together to share the meal. The first taste of venison is offered to the eldest member of the group, Wald Senna, as is tradition. She nods her approval, and the meal begins. The night falls gently, and as you eat the conversations shift. People begin to share stories of hunts, of past winters, of distant ancestors. These are the stories that keep the band connected. They reinforce the values of survival, of respect for the land, and of mutual care. As the night deepens, the fire burns down, and people begin to settle into their sleeping mats. The youngest children are tucked in, warm and safe. Adults chat quietly as they finish their tasks, slowly transitioning from the work of the day to the restful quiet of the night. The world outside the cave feels distant now, as the cave becomes a sanctuary, a place of warmth, security, and human connection. The fire flickers one last time before it settles into glowing embers, casting soft shadows on the cave walls. The peaceful sounds of people settling in, the soft breathing of children, and the rhythmic hum of daily life fade into the background as you find your own place to rest. You lie down, your body finally relaxing after a full day of work. The animal skins warm you, and the fire's remaining heat lulls you into a comfortable state of rest. The world outside the cave is dark and quiet. The sounds of the night are distant now, as the cave embraces you in its familiar warmth. Your body grows heavier as sleep begins to claim you. You drift into a deep, natural sleep, connected to the ancient rhythms of life that have carried humans through thousands of years. The fire in the cave continues to burn, glowing softly, the light that has guided humanity through the darkness for generations. As you sleep, you feel the deep connection to your ancestors, the people who lived in caves like this, who survived the harsh realities of the Paleolithic world, who told stories around fires just like this one. Their legacy is in you. Their strength, their knowledge, their survival instincts, they live on in you. And so you rest. Safe, warm, connected, part of a story that spans thousands of generations, a story of survival, community, and the enduring spirit of humanity. As the fire in the cave slowly dims to a soft glow, the warmth from its embers wraps around you like a blanket. The world outside the cave is dark, quiet, and mysterious, a far cry from the bustle and safety of the fire-lit cavern. Inside, the atmosphere is serene. The soft crackling of the last few embers adds a rhythm to the quiet, the sound soothing like a lullaby. People are settling in for the night, preparing for sleep. Children, now tired, are nestled close to their mothers, their soft breaths in sync with the calm energy of the room. The community is quieting, each person finding their space in the cave, wrapping themselves in the warmth of the fire, the furs, and the knowledge that they are safe within this space. The cave walls around you, worn through by generations of human hands, offer a sense of protection, like an embrace from the past. The flickering shadows of the fire seem to dance along the walls, bringing to life the ancient drawings that decorate the stone, each line and symbol telling the story of your people's journey through time. As your body starts to relax further, the physical exhaustion from the day's hard work melts away. The rough stone beneath your body has become familiar, a bed of sorts that you have learned to find comfort in over the years. You can feel the pressure of the earth beneath you, solid and grounding, reminding you of the connection between the human body and the natural world. The The firelight casts a warm glow on the faces around you, your family, your people all safe together in the same space. Your breathing slows, and you start to drift deeper into rest. Your muscles, tired but not aching, release the tension built up through the day. Every action, every step, every task completed today has added to your body's story. The physical work of the hunt, of gathering, of maintaining tools, has shaped you into the person you are. Your connection to this world, this ancient, untamed world, is undeniable. As sleep begins to take hold, your mind starts to wander through the events of the day, the gathering, the honey harvest, the careful crafting of tools, the shared meal, the stories. The memories are vivid, each moment fresh and alive in your mind. You are not just resting, but reflecting on what it means to be part of this community, part of this unbroken line of survival that stretches back tens of thousands of years. The images of your people, your family, your tribe become clear in your mind. Their faces, their voices, their laughter and grumbling, the moments of joy and struggle. You realize that the cave around you isn't just a physical shelter, it's a repository of your people's history, a vessel that holds the knowledge and experiences of generations. You are a continuation of that story, a thread woven into the fabric of time. Tonight, as you sleep, you are deeply connected to those who have come before you. Their wisdom, their struggles, their victories, all are within you. You carry their survival instincts, their creativity, their ability to adapt and overcome challenges. You, too, are part of the ongoing story of humanity, one that began in caves like this, under the watchful gaze of firelight in the silence of the dark wilderness. As your eyes close, the final moments of the day slip away. The cave becomes quieter. The last whispers of conversation fade into the night, and the crackling of a fire settles into a soft hum. Outside, the forest is alive with its nocturnal creatures, but inside, there's only peace. The warmth of the fire, the soft rustle of fur, the steady rhythm of breathing, all come together to create a cocoon of safety and tranquility. And as you drift off to sleep, you know you are part of something vast, something ancient and timeless. You are part of a story that will continue, passed down through the generations. The fire burns softly, its embers glowing in the darkness, a symbol of the enduring spirit of your people, and a promise that tomorrow will come, with its challenges, its rewards, and its continuation of life in this shared world. Sleep now, knowing that your place in this world is secure, connected to all those who have lived before you and those who will come after. The story continues, and you are part of it. Safe, warm, and resting in the embrace of your people and the earth itself. You are home. The fire, now reduced to glowing embers, casts a soft warmth across the cave. The night outside is quiet, the air crisp and cool, but inside there's only comfort. The rhythmic breathing of those around you, the gentle rustle of furs, and the distant sounds of the world beyond the cave all blend together, creating a sense of peace. The fire's warmth seems to wrap the community in a shared embrace, and the soft flickering light dances along the walls, where ancient images of animals' heads and symbols tell stories that have been passed down through countless generations. You feel the weight of the day gradually lifting from your body as the cave itself becomes a sanctuary. The stone walls seem to hum with the energy of those who have lived here before you, the generations who found refuge, protection, and life in this very place. As your eyes grow heavy, you're filled with a deep sense of connection not just to your immediate family, but to the larger circle of humanity that stretches across time. You are part of something older than you can fully grasp. Something that has endured and adapted generation after generation through struggles and triumphs, hardships and joys. The warmth from the fire soothes your muscles, easing them into a state of rest. Your body, which has been shaped by the rhythms of nature and survival, finds solace in this familiar environment. The hard stone floor, once an uncomfortable reminder of your daily struggles, now feels like a solid foundation beneath you. It is the ground that has supported countless others before you, and in this moment it holds you gently, anchoring you to this world this time. As sleep begins to take over, your thoughts drift, weaving through the events of the day. You recall the hunt, the gathering, the work that was done, and the shared meals that bound your community together. The warmth of the fire, the laughter and the quiet exchanges, all come to you in flashes, like a series of moments that capture the essence of what it means to be human. The simplicity of these moments is a comfort in itself, no distractions. No artificial pressions, just the pure, unfiltered experience of life as it was meant to be. You are not just an individual. You are a part of this world connected to the land, the people, and the traditions that have been passed down through the ages. The knowledge you carry is ancient, but it is yours now to continue to refine and to pass along to those who will come after you. The people you sleep with tonight, the firelines, the walls, the tools, the stories are all pieces of the great mosaic of humanity that stretches back into the depths of time. As your body relaxes, sinking deeper into the warm embrace of sleep, you feel the weight of the day fade away, and the connection to the past becomes clearer. The Paleolithic world, with its simplicity, its challenges, and its rewards, is not far from you. It is a part of you, a thread in the tapestry of human existence that continues to unfold with each passing generation. In the quiet darkness, surrounded by the warmth of the fire and the closeness of your people, you find rest. A deep natural sleep that connects you to the rhythms of the earth, to the heartbeat of humanity, and to the ancient cycles of life and death, struggle and survival. This sleep is not just a pause from the day, it is a continuation of the journey, a moment of rest before the challenges of tomorrow. But for now it is enough. You are safe. You are part of something far greater than yourself, something that will continue long after you've gone. And as you sleep, you carry with you the wisdom of your ancestors and the hopes of the generations yet to come. Rest now, knowing that you are connected to the past, to the people who came before you, and to the future that will unfold through the lives of those who will come after. In this moment you are home. You are a part of the never-mind ascending story of human existence. The darkness of the night wraps around the cave. Yet inside, the warmth of the fire and the quiet hum of your community create a cocoon of peace. The flickering light dances across the walls, casting elongated shadows that merge with the ancient paintings of animals and human hands. These images, remnants of a world long past, seem to speak to you in the silence, reminding you of the countless generations that have lived, loved, and struggled in this very space. As the fire slowly burns down, the last few embers glowing faintly, the room fills with the soft, rhythmic sounds of breathing deep, steady, and content. Each person, from the youngest child to the eldest member of the band, is nestled in their own quiet rest, the worries of the day fading into the shadows. Even the wind outside seems to quiet, as if the world itself is at peace with the present moment. In the quiet stillness, the weight of the past settles more deeply upon you. The stories told around the fire, the traditions passed down through the years, the knowledge of the natural world, all of it is woven into the fabric of your being. As you drift towards sleep, you realize that your life is not just your own. You are the continuation of those who have come before you, and you are the beginning of those who will come after. You are part of a long line of humans who have adapted to the world in their own unique ways, using their intelligence, strength, and compassion to survive and thrive. The same fire that burns in the cave now is the same fire that has kept your ancestors alive for thousands of years. The same air you breathe, the same stars that shine above, have witnessed the struggles and victories of your people since the dawn of time. And as you lie there with the warmth of the fire still enveloping you, a sense of gratitude fills your heart. The fire crackles softly, and for a brief moment, you feel an overwhelming connection to all the others who have ever gathered around such fires before. The ones who lived in caves like this, the ones who hunted, gathered, worked, and lived in harmony with the land. The ones who survived despite the challenges of their time, and the ones who passed down the knowledge that made your survival possible. Tomorrow, you will rise again to face the challenges of another day. But for now you rest, knowing that the fires of human connection burn strong and bright. The struggles of your ancestors, the wisdom they passed down, and the strength they embodied are all part of you now. They live on in every step you take, in every decision you make, in every connection you form with those around you. As you drift into sleep, the final whispers of the night draw you closer to rest. You are safe. You are loved. You are home. The fire's glow fades, and the world outside grows still. The ancient rhythms of life continue, untouched by time. And you, like all those who came before you, are part of this eternal story. You are a link in a chain that stretches back to the beginning of humanity and extends far into the future. And as sleep wraps you in its embrace, you surrender to the knowledge that tomorrow, when you wake, the fire will burn again. The world will turn, and the story of human life will continue endlessly, beautifully, and without end. As you drift deeper into sleep, the fire now reduced to glowing embers, the world outside the cave continues its ancient dance, indifferent to the peacefulness that envelops your small community. The air is crisp, the night heavy with the sounds of distant creatures, foxes prowling, owls calling in the dark, the rustle of the wind through the trees. But within the cave, all is calm. Your breathing slows to the rhythm of the earth. Each inhale and exhale a reminder of your place in this vast, untamed world. The cold stone beneath you, though unyielding, holds you firmly, a grounding force that connects you to the past and the future alike. Every bone in your body feels the weight of the day's labor. But it's a peaceful exhaustion, the kind that comes from work well done. The memories of the day linger in your mind, like the last embers of a dying fire, gathering food, sharing stories, the knowledge passed down by the elders. They have all taught you something vital: to respect the land, to appreciate the gifts of nature, to value the bonds of family and community. These lessons are not just for survival, they are the essence of what it means to be human. The world is dark outside, but inside the cave, the warmth of the fire lingers. You can almost feel the presence of those who came before you, your ancestors, who lived and loved and struggled in this very space, their lives intertwined with yours in a way that transcends time. The cave, with its ancient paintings and echoes of past lives, becomes more than just a shelter. It is a sanctuary, a reminder of the enduring nature of humanity. In the quiet of the night, you feel a deep connection to the earth beneath you, to the fire that keeps you warm, and to the people who share this life with you. The struggles and joys of each day will fade, but the spirit of this place will remain alive in the stories you tell, the wisdom you pass on, and the memories you create. Sleep deepens and the world outside becomes more distant. The fire's glow casts long shadows on the walls, the flickering light a silent guardian of the cave and its inhabitants. The stories of the day, the work done, the laughter shared, all blend into the rhythm of the night. And you, along with your community, settle into the comfort of rest, knowing that tomorrow will bring new challenges, new lessons, and another chance to live, to grow, and to be part of something far greater than yourself. The cave grows quiet once more. The last whispers of consciousness fade into dreams, and as you sleep, you know that this is not just a moment in time. This is the continuation of a journey that spans across generations, connecting you to a long line of humans who have walked this earth before you. You are part of their story, and their story is part of you. As you rest, you are carried by the same timeless rhythms that have guided humanity for millennia, rhythms that will continue long after you've awoken. And in the morning, when the first rays of light filter through the entrance of the cave, you will rise again. The fire will rekindle, and the world will turn, and the cycle will begin anew. But for now you rest, safe and secure, part of this eternal dance of life, where the only certainty is that the story of humanity will always continue, always endure. As the night deepens, the world outside the cave seems to vanish entirely. The cold wind, the distant cries of animals, all become mere whispers in the vastness of the wilderness. Inside the cave, only the soft crackling of the remaining embers fills the silence, and the warmth that once filled the air now lingers in the soft glow of the fading fire. The cave is now your universe. It is your home, your sanctuary, a place where all the fears and struggles of the outside world fade into the background. This is a world defined not by walls and technology, but by the people around you and the land that sustains you. The fire's warmth is your protection, the stone walls your shelter, and the people in your band are your family, bound together by shared purpose and survival. Your mind wanders not to concerns of tomorrow, but to the comfort of being part of this unbroken chain of human existence. The fire will go out eventually, but not completely. Even as it dims, the embers still carry the memory of its warmth, just as the memory of the day's work will linger in your bones, in your muscles, in the wisdom passed down from your ancestors. The fire, once a small flicker, now barely glows but still retains its pulse steady, constant, like the heartbeat of the cave. You feel its presence, its rhythm, as though it is both part of you and separate, something that connects everyone who has ever depended on its light. The children, now all asleep, their small forms curled on their grass mats, are the future. They carry the knowledge, the lessons of the past, and the potential to carry this way of life forward into generations yet to come. You smile faintly at the thought this cycle, unbroken, continues with them. And then, as if guided by an unseen hand, the last threads of your consciousness begin to unravel. The weight of the day lifts, replaced by the gentle pull of sleep. Your breath slows, steady and deep. The world of the Paleolithic fades, replaced by the world of dreams, a realm where time and space no longer matter. In that space between waking and sleeping, You feel connected to all those who have ever lived this life. This is a shared story, stretching back through millennia, woven together by the same needs, the same desires, the same thirst for survival. You are them, and they are you. And in that knowledge there is peace. The fire now burns low, only the faintest flicker of light remaining. The cave, the people, the fire, the earth, all are part of a much greater story. Your place in that story is secure as the ancient rhythm of the fire that continues to burn quietly, waiting to ignite once more when the new day comes. Sleep now in this place, with the knowledge that this moment, this life is not just yours. It is the culmination of all the lives that have come before you and the legacy that will continue long after. And as you drift into sleep, you are reminded once more you are home. The fire still burns, the cycle continues, and the human story carries on. As you lie there, nestled in the warmth of your furs and the fading glow of the fire, a sense of timelessness wraps around you. The cave, though silent now, is full of the echoes of countless lives lived within these walls. Every crack in the stone, every curve of the rough walls, holds the memory of those who once gathered here. Your ancestors, those who came before, share this space with you. You are linked not just by blood, but by experience, by the fire that has always brought humans together, by the warmth that sustains life. The cave around you seems to breathe, the very walls alive with the history of survival, struggle, and triumph. Even the silence carries a weight, a quiet reminder of all those who have lived, worked, and rested in this very place. It's easy to lose yourself in the comfort of this ancient rhythm, where the day's toils are forgotten, and all that remains is the simple pleasure of being, of existing in the now. Outside, the world is still, the wilderness untouched by human hands. It is a world of creatures who roam in the dark, of winds that sweep across the land, of the unseen forces that have shaped this earth for eons. But inside the cave, inside this small, sacred space, there is a quiet peace. The outside world may be unpredictable, dangerous, and wild, but here in this moment, there is security. There is comfort. The fire, though nearly out, still holds the memory of its power. It is the lifeblood of your people, the tool that tamed the dark and kept predators at bay. Even as it dims, it is not extinguished, a symbol of the enduring spirit of your tribe. It is as much a part of you as the air you breathe, as much a part of the rhythm of your life as the steps you take through the forest. Your eyes grow heavier now, the pull of sleep impossible to resist. The events of the day fade into distant thoughts, and the familiar sensation of sleep's embrace takes over. Your breathing deepens, the world around you quiets, and the warmth from the fire lulls you into a peaceful, restorative slumber. In the dark of the cave, surrounded by the steady breathing of your community, you are not alone. You are part of something greater, something unbroken. You are a thread in the long tapestry of humanity's journey. A journey that began long before you and will continue long after. The fire's last embers flicker one final time, casting a soft, comforting glow over the cave. The silence deepens, and all is still. The night is ancient, and so are you. And then, with the final embrace of sleep, everything fades, and you drift peacefully into the night, where dreams carry you through the rhythms of the past and into the future, always connected, always part of the ever-turning wheel of time. In the stillness of the cave, under the watchful eyes of your ancestors you rest. The night deepens, and in the quiet of the cave, the soft sounds of the sleeping community surround you. The fire's last glow, a faint red embers cast gentle shadows across the stone walls. You lie there, still and comfortable, as your mind wanders through time, tracing the lives of those who have walked this path before you. They too found solace in the dark of the cave, found warmth in the fire's embrace, and rested with the same deep connection to the earth that pulses through your veins. The world outside remains unchanged, wild and untamed, yet inside the cave, you and your people are safe. The delicate balance of survival and cooperation, the lessons learned from the harshness of life, continue to sustain you. The stories passed down, the skills honed over generations, are more than just memories. They are the foundation of your very existence, the essence of what it means to be human. As you drift deeper into sleep, the boundaries of time begin to blur. The ancient rhythmic pulse of humanity continues there in the past and here in the present. The dreams of your ancestors interweave with your own, as you experience the same simple truths of existence: the need for shelter, the hunger for sustenance, the warmth of kinship, and the unyielding desire to survive. Through your dreams, you walk alongside those who came before, sharing their burdens and their triumphs. You feel their strength, their resilience, their deep connection to the land, to the fire, and to one another. You are not separate from them, you are a continuation, a thread in the long line of human history. The same fears and joys they felt resonate in your heart, and you too carry that ancient wisdom silent, deep within you, just as they did. The night continues, the rhythm of your breathing in sync with the quiet ebb of time. The fire, now a faint glimmer in the distance, provides its final warmth, and the world outside the cave remains unchanged. The wilderness, with all its dangers and wonders, will wait until the morning. But for now, here in the quiet dark you rest, secure in the knowledge that you are part of something eternal. As you slip further into sleep, there is no fear, no anxiety, only the deep comfort of belonging. The earth beneath you is constant, the sky above, infinite. And within the cave's embrace, you are home. You are grounded in the ancient rhythms of life, connected to the past, to the future, and to every human who has ever sought rest by a fire, in the warmth of community, under the watchful gaze of the stars. Sleep now with the deep knowing that you are part of the unbroken chain of human experience, a timeless journey that stretches across millennia. And in the morning, as the light begins to spill into the cave, you will rise again, ready to face another day, carrying forward the legacy of those who walked before you, those who survived, who loved, who created, and who dreamed. For now though, rest in the comfort of the earth, in the embrace of your people, in the glow of the fire that has always guided you. Rest, knowing that your ancestors walk with you, and the fires of humanity will never burn out. As the warmth of the fire fades into a quiet glow, your breathing slows further, and the gentle sounds of the cave take over. The crackle of the embers is the only sound, the comforting presence as you drift deeper into sleep. The cave around you feels like a protective cocoon, the stone walls offering safety, the fire offering warmth, and the familiar rhythm of your people's breathing filling the space with a sense of unity. With each slow breath, the distinction between the past and the present fades. You are no longer just an individual in the modern world. You are part of something vast, something that stretches far beyond time. The same desires, the same instincts that guided your ancestors now pulse through your veins. You carry with you their knowledge, their strength, their ability to adapt and survive. They are not distant figures from a bygone age, they are you, and you are them. In this moment, the struggles and the triumphs of the past become part of the fabric of your being. You remember their laughter, their stories shared by the fire, the way they comforted one another during the hardest of times. They didn't have the conveniences we take for granted, but they had something even more powerful, their connection to the earth, to their community, and to the rhythms of life that have always governed the human experience. As the fire burns low, your thoughts drift like the smoke curling upwards, lost in time and space. You can almost hear the echoes of those first humans, the ancestors who gathered around their fires, telling stories, making plans, sharing their lives. They may not have had the knowledge we do now, but they were rich in something far more enduring, wisdom passed down from generation to generation, woven into every action, every relationship, every breath. And so as your own breath becomes slower, deeper, you find yourself part of that unbroken chain. The fire that guided your ancestors guides you too. The knowledge that kept them alive and brought them closer together continues to flow through you, connecting you to them, even in the quiet of your cave, even in the stillness of sleep. In this moment, you understand that the essence of humanity is timeless. It's not about the tools or the technology we create, though those are important. It's about the way we live, how we connect with each other, with the earth, with the world around us. It's about community, survival, love, and the stories we tell to make sense of it all. As you slip further into rest, you carry the legacy of your ancestors with you. The fire may dim, but it never dies, it continues to burn in you, a steady flame that will guide you, no matter where you go or what you face. Your body relaxes into sleep, and the cave, your home, is quiet once more. Yet the knowledge that you are part of something far greater than yourself lingers, the warmth that will stay with you even in the darkest hours. Tonight, you sleep with the peace of knowing that the fires of humanity will never be extinguished, that you are part of this unbroken story. The cycle of life and death, of struggle and survival will continue, and you are one of the threads that weaves this story together. Sleep now, deeply and peacefully, for tomorrow will come with new challenges, new stories, and new chances to add to the legacy that began long before you. Rest easy knowing you are home both in the cave and in the eternal flow of humanity's journey. The cave grows quieter still as the night deepens. The last embers of the fire glows awfully, casting faint, shifting shadows on the stone walls, where the ancient paintings still watch over your people. The night seems to stretch on forever, holding the deep, rhythmic pulse of your ancestors' existence. One that transcends time and connects you to the vast web of humanity that stretches back for millennia. As you lie there, your thoughts start to quiet, merging into a peaceful haze. The fire, though nearly spent, still provides a sense of safety, its warmth seeping into your bones, a reminder of the simple comforts that kept your ancestors alive. Their struggles were monumental, their victories hard-earned, but they persevered, just as you do today. The fire, the community, the bonds shared between generations, they're as much a part of you as your breath. Your eyes flutter closed, the warmth of the cave pressing against you, the soft rustle of furs around your body, the peaceful breathing of your family, the deep connection you feel to them, to the ancient world, to the earth beneath your feet, carries you away from the distractions of modern life. In this space, there are no phones, no screens, no noise. Just the simple, honest sounds of life as it's always been, people living, working, loving, and surviving together. The world outside continues to pulse with the ancient rhythms of nature, but inside the cave, there is a stillness that feels eternal. Here, time doesn't rush. It flows like a slow river undisturbed by the frantic pace of modern life. The fire, the heartbeat of the community, flickers one last time before sinking into its final embers. Yet the essence of it remains a guiding light, a symbol of everything that has come before and everything that will follow. In this quiet, the boundary between past and present fades. Your ancestors' voices seem to echo in the soft hum of the night. The same desires, the same instincts that drove them forward, echo within you. You are the continuation of their story, their lives, their struggles, their love. They are not just figures in history, they are you. The blood that flows through your veins is the same that coursed deep through theirs. The struggles they faced, the dreams they chased, live on in you, a part of the eternal human story. The stars above, distant but steady, twinkle through the night sky, a reminder that life continues, even in the darkness. Their light, like the flickering of the fire, is a symbol of hope and endurance. The same stars that watched over your ancestors now shine over you. They guide you just as they guided those who came before. As you drift deeper into sleep, the knowledge that you are a part of this unbroken chain of life and survival soothes your mind. You are connected to the earth, to the people around you, and to the generations that have come before. In your dreams, the ancient fires burn brightly, and you walk with your ancestors through the forests, the caves, and the wild, feeling the deep connection to all of humanity that has lived, loved, and dreamed before you. Sleep then, with the quiet assurance that the story of humanity is far from over. It stretches through time from the cave dwellers to the modern world, and you are part of it. Rest now in the knowledge that the fire will continue to burn, that the legacy of your ancestors will carry forward, and that you are home now, and always. Sleep deeply. Sleep peacefully. Sleep with the certainty that you are a vital part of this enduring human journey. Rest easy, knowing the fire of humanity's story burns bright within you, and you are never alone. As the fire's embers continue to fade, the cave grows still, and the world outside seems to hold its breath. The wind whispers gently through the trees, but here in the sanctuary of the cave, time seems to slow, allowing you to feel a deeper connection to your ancestors and the ancient rhythms of life. The warmth of the fire, though it now only glows faintly, still holds you in its embrace. Its warmth, shared by everyone in the band, binds you together as a community. The night seems to stretch on, infinite and eternal, a reminder of the cycles that have repeated themselves for thousands of years. The stillness is both comforting and profound, a reflection of the simple, raw life your ancestors lead. There are no clocks, no schedules, only the passage of time marked by the rising and setting of the sun, the changing seasons, and the eternal dance between humans and nature. The soft sounds of the cave, from the occasional shift of someone adjusting their sleeping position to the gentle breathing of your family, create a soothing backdrop for the deep rest that awaits. In the flickering shadows, you begin to feel yourself sinking deeper into sleep. The weight of the day, the journey, and the survival settling gently into your body. In the quiet of the cave, the spirits of your ancestors seem to gather around, their presence a reminder that you are not just an individual, but part of a larger, unbroken chain of life. You are their continuation, their story, their knowledge passed down through the ages, embodied in the pulse of your own heartbeat. The wisdom of the past, of those who lived before you, is woven into the fabric of your being. The fire, now reduced to a soft glow, offers its final warmth as you surrender to sleep. The world outside, filled with its own mysteries, fades into the background. Here, within the protective walls of the cave, you are safe, you are whole, and you are connected to something ancient and eternal. The same stars that once guided your ancestors now illuminate your dreams, and the cycle of life continues unbroken. In the quiet stillness of the night you rest. You rest in the comfort of knowing that you are part of a long and rich history of humanity, a history of survival, resilience, and connection. You rest knowing that the fire, once kindled by the first humans, will continue to burn in the hearts of generations to come. Sleep now. Rest with the knowledge that you are part of something much larger than yourself. Let the whispers of your ancestors lull you into a deep, peaceful sleep. Rest easy knowing you are home, and always will be. As the fire's last embers flicker out, the cave falls into a deep, enveloping silence, broken only by the rhythmic breaths of the sleeping community around you. The distant sounds of the world outside, the soft rustle of leaves, the calls of night birds, the low murmur of wind through the trees seem to blend with the heartbeat of the earth itself, grounding you in this moment. In this quiet, you drift further into the embrace of sleep, where time itself feels unimportant. The worries and stresses of the world outside, the noise, the haste, the constant rush fade into the background. Here in this ancient place, there is no urgency. The pace of life is steady, slow, and intentional, dictated by the rise and fall of the sun, the changing seasons, and the eternal cycle of day into night. Your body, having carried the weight of survival through the day, feels the release of tension, the muscles easing, the exhaustion turning into a deep, restorative rest. Your senses soften as the fire's warmth becomes a fading memory, replaced by the cool stillness of the cave's interior. But even in the absence of the fire's glow, you feel the presence of your band, the warmth of their bodies and the security they provide. They are your family, your community, and in this quiet moment, you are all one. The cave, a sanctuary from the outside world, cradles you in its ancient embrace. The walls, weathered undetched with the marks of your ancestors, are witness to the countless lives that have passed through here. These walls have sheltered generations, and now as you rest, you too are a part of that unbroken lineage, connected not just to those around you but to the ancestors who came before, who once slept in the same shadows, gathered around the same fires, and told the same stories. Your thoughts, like the flickering remnants of the fire, begin to fade, and the gentle flow of sleep washes over you. The world of dreams beckons, and in the quiet of the night the rhythms of the past and present merge, as though the distance between the Paleolithic world and the modern world has vanished entirely. There is no separation. You are part of this eternal human story. In your sleep you are not just an individual. You are the continuation of all those who came before. You are the descendants of those first humans who tamed fire, who learned to live in harmony with the earth, who faced the same dangers and triumphs that you do today. Their legacy lives on in you, in the very fabric of your being, the resilience, the knowledge, the ability to survive, to love, and to create. And as you rest, the cave around you remains still. The fire's glow now faint memory, but its warmth lingers in the heart of the band. The knowledge, the skills, the love passed down through generations continue to sustain you, just as they did for your ancestors. Tomorrow you will rise again as they did, ready to face whatever challenges the world may present. But for now, there is peace. There is rest. Sleep deeply. Sleep with the strength of those who came before you. Rest in the knowledge that you are part of something greater than yourself. The story that spans across millennia. And as the night deepens and the cave breathes its final sigh, you drift into dreams, cradled by the legacy of your people. As the night deepens and the silence of the cave settles, the air grows still, almost reverent, as if the very earth is holding its breath alongside you. The sounds of the cave, gentle shifts of bodies, soft breaths, and the occasional murmur in sleep were the only traces of life. Outside, the world is alive with the distant howls of wolves and the soft rustle of creatures in the underbrush. But here in the warmth of the fire's fading glow, time feels as though it has slowed to a crawl, becoming almost timeless. In this quiet, your body feels the weight of your connection to the earth. to the stone beneath you, to the firm wrapped comfort that cradles you. The struggle of the day has passed, and from now, survival is a memory, a hard-earned victory. The cave offers you this moment of peace, a fleeting but precious time when the rhythm of life isn't to matter of hunt or gather, danger or safety, but simply being. The rhythm of breathing around you, soft and steady, merges with the natural pulse of the earth. It is as if the cave itself is breathing, sharing in the deep, quiet moment of rest that follows a full day of work. Everything in its place. The cycle has been completed. This is what it means to be human, to live and breathe in the simplest way possible, sustained by the raw, undeniable forces of nature that have shaped generations before you. Outside, the wind begins to shift, bringing with it the first stirrings of dawn. But here in this timeless space, there is no rush, no alarms or deadlines. Just the steady passage of time marked only by the flickering of the last embers of the fire, the rise and fall of the chest beside you, the quiet warmth of animal skins pressed against your own. The world will turn, the sun will rise, and the cycle of life will begin again. But for now you are safe, here in this moment, part of an ancient rhythm that binds you to the past, to your ancestors, and to the future yet to unfold. The darkness of the night will soon give way to the light of day, and the challenges of tomorrow will arise as they always do. But tonight you rest. Tonight, you are part of a larger story, a story older than civilization itself, stretching back to the first humans who gathered around fires like this one, telling stories and sharing warmth under the same vast sky. Tomorrow you will rise to face the day once again. But tonight, you sleep deep, restorative sleep, wrapped in the knowledge that you are part of something far greater than yourself. A cycle that has been unfolding for thousands of years, and will continue to unfold long after you are gone. Sleep well and know that you are not just a witness to history, but a living part of it. Every breath, every heartbeat connected to those who walked these paths before you, and to those who will walk them long after. Your place in this great chain of humanity is secure, and with it comes the promise of tomorrow. But, for now, rest. Rest in the comfort of the fire's glow in the peace of the night. As the fire's final embers glow faintly, casting a soft warmth that seems to linger, even in the coolness of the cave, the world outside remains untouched by the complexities of modern life. In this moment, it is the primal simplicity of human existence that reigns, where survival, connection, and the knowledge passed down through generations are what matter most. And as your breathing becomes deeper, more even, you realize that this is the essence of life, unencumbered by the noise and chaos of the world we've built. The night outside, vast and eternal, moves in its slow, steady dance. You can feel the pull of the earth beneath you, grounding you, reminding you of the ancient cycles that continue without interruption. The winds whisper through the trees beyond the cave, and the distant calls of animals punctuate the stillness of the night. But in here, in this safe haven of warmth and community, the world feels far away. Your eyes flutter, tired but content, as you reflect on the richness of what has been learned today, what has been achieved, and what remains. The connections between you and the people around you, the shared knowledge and the wisdom passed down in the quiet moments like this one, weave a thread through time, binding you not only to your immediate community but to the countless ancestors who have lived and thrived in these caves before you. There is a deep sense of gratitude here, not just for the safety of the cave, the fire, or the food, but for the very act of living, of being part of something bigger, something ancient and enduring. The awareness of this connection, spanning thousands of years, becomes almost tangible, a comforting presence that wraps around you like the furs that cover your body. As you drift further into sleep, the sounds of the cave fade into the background. Each breath you take a gentle reminder of the continuity of life, of the stories that have been told around these fires for countless generations. These stories are the lifeblood of your people, the threads that weave through time, carrying the experiences, lessons, and memories of those who came before you. In a world without written language, it is through these spoken tales, shared by the firelight, that the essence of humanity is preserved. The wisdom of the elders, the laughter of the children, and the quiet strength of the community, all of these are held within these walls, waiting to be passed on to those who will come after. You are part of this never-ascending cycle, a small but essential piece of the great story of humanity. And tonight, as you sleep, your place within this vast tapestry of life is secure. Tomorrow the cycle will begin again, and you will rise, just as your ancestors did, to face the challenges of the day. But for now, the world fades away, and you are cradled in the timeless rhythm of sleep, of rest, of peace. And with that, you drift into the deep, comforting embrace of the night, knowing that you are part of something far greater than yourself, a story that spans across millennia, woven together by the threads of survival, love, and connection. Sleep now. Rest in the knowledge that the fire will burn on, that the stories will continue, and that you are never truly alone, no matter how dark the night may seem. Sleep deeply, sleep peacefully, and know that you are home.